All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. In today's video, I want to have a very real discussion about the Bitcoin price in the short term, going forward June, July 2021. On top of that, I want to update you on the latest news you should know as a cryptocurrency investor. You see, that's what this channel does. We drop a video every day demystifying this cryptocurrency market. So let's jump in, and the two things I want to preface with is one, today's video is a continuation from yesterday's video. The on-chain data for Bitcoin, the metrics still stand. In fact, I'm going to link this video down below in the video description. It is a prerequisite. Seek it out, watch it if you want to understand the on-chain data. Okay, let's move forward. And first off, if the fundamentals are looking bullish, how come the price action today still looks bearish? Well, let's look at the most recent news in the short term. In our first piece of news, we are seeing major FUD from the East involving China and cryptocurrency transactions. Check this out. The People's Bank of China, PBOC, today told the country's major financial institutions to stop facilitating virtual currency transactions. So they are banning cryptocurrency transactions at an institutional level. Banks are now not allowed to provide products or services such as trading, clearing, and settlement for crypto transactions, says the PBOC in a statement. They also have to make sure to identify virtual currency exchanges and over-the-counter dealers' capital accounts and cut off the payment links for transaction funds in a timely manner. So it appears to be a full cryptocurrency ban. And of course we know, because we've been covering stories like this on the channel for some time, that China is interested in their people using their stablecoin that they control. They are launching their own CBDC, highly permissioned, highly centralized, and they're scared on how Bitcoin can upset that. While the PBOC's anti-crypto bias is not new, this latest statement comes with the support of some of the major financial institutions of China. The Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the Agricultural Bank of China, Construction Bank, Postal Savings Bank, Industrial Bank, and Alipay of China Network Technology. And when I say support, these institutions have already issued statements of their own saying they will take steps to prohibit virtual currency related business activities. So the support is there. And if you're asking why, what are they scared of? Or at least what's the reasoning? The central bank noted the hype surrounding virtual currency transactions and identified them as a risk for illegal cross-border transactions and money laundering and a challenge to economic and financial order. Wow. It is a brave new world out there. And as you know from watching yesterday's video, the PBOC's dictate comes after the governance crackdown on crypto mining activities in the Sichuan province, the country's largest hydropowered mining area. So first mining, now transactions, and the fear and uncertainty in the market is palpable. Now again, China banning mining is bullish for the overall strength of the network. Watch this video, we break it down, link down below. But now that they're banning transactions, does this signify the beginning of the end? Well, for perspective, things China has banned, freedom, Facebook, Google, Amazon, human rights, Bitcoin, sign me up to take the opposite side of every trade they do and everything they stand for. Something to think about. In the short term, yes, this absolutely creates fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But long term, the fundamentals for Bitcoin really haven't changed. Now, how this affects you is just be prepared that it's a possibility that Bitcoin could absolutely take another leg down in the short term, despite the fundamentals trending up. Unfortunately, derivatives and leverage trading often control the market in the short term, while fundamentals are often a good indicator for long term. And I always want you to be as prepared as possible that anything could happen with Bitcoin. For example, heavily respected entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki, rich dad, poor dad, huge Bitcoin believer, is on the record saying, "The biggest crash in world history is coming." He is referring to traditional markets in this case, but he's still waiting for Bitcoin to dip a little lower, hit around $24,000 before he picks up more. In a June 19th tweet, he again reiterates his concerns about the traditional financial system. In particular, Kiyosaki notes that the biggest bubble the world has ever seen is only getting bigger. This is possibly in reference to the recent news of more stimulus aid from the United States government, because as we speak, some of the country's lawmakers are pushing for a fourth round of stimulus aid. This was his exact tweet right here. The biggest bubble in world history getting bigger. Biggest crash in world history coming. Buying more gold and silver, waiting for Bitcoin to drop to 24,000. Crashes are the best time to get rich. Take care. Okay, very interesting. I love getting different perspectives on the market. And to me, it's interesting because Robert obviously sees Bitcoin and gold huge value, huge upside in the long run, but because of the market conditions in the short run, he sees a dip coming for Bitcoin. Food for thought here. Let's take this one step further. Even heavily respected on-chain analyst Willy Woo is prepared for anything in the short term. Popular statistician Willy Woo also agrees that there's potential for more downside in the short term. For him, the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is at risk of a severe correction if the stock market crashes on the heels of the renewed strength for the greenback, meaning dollar. In a direct quote, "My only concern for downside risk is if we get a major correction in equities, which will of course pull the BTC price downwards, no matter what the on-chain fundamentals may suggest. Noticing USD strength on the DXY, which suggests some investors moving to safety in USD." Okay, I get it. I understand. From Willy Woo, in my opinion, from an on-chain analysis, expect some sideways action in the short term and then some bullishness in maybe a week or so. But there is downside risk if stonks tank. A lot of rallying in the DXY, which signifies the US dollar strength, which is typical of money moving to safety. Interesting. Guys, like it or hate it, I just appreciate getting all the information. Some people will probably accuse me of being a bear spreading FUD, but this channel is all about transparency and all about bringing you all the information so you can make the best decision possible for you. And by the way, this does not change the long-term outlook of where Bitcoin may be at the end of this year. Like we've mentioned before, the first thing you got to answer is, are we in a bear market? And well, bear markets usually start when no new buyers enter to support price, and that ain't happening. Actually, fundamentals are pretty bullish. We have healthy growth of new users joining the network now, which is again why I stated that today's video is a continuation from yesterday's video. You are still being fooled if you think Bitcoin is trending into a bear market. But I'm making this video because that does not mean Bitcoin still couldn't dip, depending on other factors in the short term. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a registered financial advisor. This stuff just works for me. My job is always to bring you all the information so then you can make the best decision for you. And having said that, let me just talk you through my thinking now that we are in this sort of uncertainty period in the market. The reason Bitcoin's price dropped so far, so fast originally was largely due to a cascading effect of longs being liquidated, traders, leveraged traders, sort of ruining the market. And that was unfortunate because it put us sort of in a sticky spot below the 200-day moving average, which usually signifies bear market or bull market, depending on which side of the 200-day EMA, MA that you're on. Taking a closer look, we can see we have been rejected off this 200 EMA multiple times. Every single time we were brought back to the support of around a $30,000 Bitcoin. And if you've been in the space a while, if you're a longer term investor, you'll understand this. But unfortunately, because we went up so far, so fast, once we crossed a $20,000 Bitcoin, we really don't have that much support now that Bitcoin is on its way down, correcting. If we were to break this $30,000 support, we have something very weak around a $24,000 Bitcoin. I believe this is what Robert Kiyosaki was referring to. And then, of course, our next way stronger piece of support is around a $20,000 Bitcoin. And of course, we know the dips don't fall exactly We could go a little lower, like right here, or a little higher, like right here. And to be clear, in my opinion, this is a low probability. This is sort of my worst case scenario, but I want to talk you through it, right? I always want to give you both sides of the Bitcoin. Some people today down below in the comment section are going to accuse me of spreading FUD. I just want my audience to be prepared. If we see a few wicks down below into the $20,000 range, don't be scared. Like Bitcoin bull Robert Kiyosaki stated, crashes are the best time to get rich. Take care. He is prepared for everything. If you have been in the space for a while, I encourage you to comment down below. Give me your thoughts, share your perspective. But next piece of news, MicroStrategy has just purchased today another almost $500 million worth of Bitcoin. The business intelligence software company said that as of June 21st, it holds more than 105,000 Bitcoins. So think about this. Just like there's a possibility that Bitcoin does dip lower, there's a possibility that Bitcoin never goes below 32,000 again. Everything's possible. That's the point I'm trying to illustrate. And Michael Saylor clearly isn't taking any chances. MicroStrategy said Monday it bought another 13,005 Bitcoins for about $500 million of roughly $37,000 he paid per Bitcoin. But now that he owns over 100,000 of them, the average price he actually paid for all of them was around $26,000 per individual Bitcoin, inclusive of fees and expenses. So the dip is being bought in a big, big way. Again, give me your thoughts down below, but that is the video. My name's Austin. See you tomorrow. And if you feel you got value in today's video, if you appreciate all different perspectives, hit the like button. It really supports me. It really helps the channel grow.